I talked in the introduction a bit about the topics that you can apply under, and that is what we call core modules. So now we move over to talk about the core modules for 2025. And next slide, please, Alfin. And here you can see that in this call we have 9 core modules. And now we will actually hear shortly from each representative of these TRI groups who have been manufacturing and drafting these topics about the different themes. So may I welcome Michele De Negres from TRI 1 and Core Module 1 to the stage, please. Hi, Michele.
Yes, very, very good morning, everybody. Thank you for having me here to explain a little bit more the background and the basics of the core module number 1. We will start from the core of the system. So we will start at the interaction between the energy system and one of the most important resources in the system, that is industry. Industries can have a very strong impact in terms of needs or in terms of offer of flexibility to the integrated energy system. So next slide. We will not only look at energy, the interaction and the connections of the industry with the energy system only on the electricity part, but having a very strong attention on a multi-vector approach. So this core module, which by the way has been prepared by TRI 1 and TRI 6, and you will hear more about that, looks at the potential interaction and synergies among the energy systems and the industries, as I was saying, looking at a multi-vector approach. So not only electricity, but also gas, heat, fuels, and so on, in search of flexibility potential. So the solutions that we look at are required to enable coupling of industrial sectors and energy systems as looked from the network connection. So you look in the picture from left to right. So what we are focusing on is the energy system. For example, we can look for flexibility from the industry for the power system balancing. We can look at the interactions in terms of energy storage, in terms of heat, in terms of gas, in terms of water, for example, looking at electrolysis with fresh or treated water from the industrial side. So what are we looking for? Next slide. So what is requested in your proposal? We want you to develop flexibility resources are available from the industry and the evaluation of the flexibility needs from the industrial from the industry as looked from the energy system viewpoint, leveraging the interaction of industrial system with, of course, renewable-based clean energy system, looking at a multi-vector approach. So we are expecting modeling, planning, optimizing tools, looking at multi-vector interaction between industrial sector and the energy system, including not only technological aspects, but also as much as possible economical aspects and environmental aspects. Of course, if you also have the possibility to include the societal implication of your solution or of your tool, this is of course most welcome. Next slide. So the expected outcomes from this module are, as I was mentioning, tools, methods, and solutions. So you see tools for the integrated and multi-vector planning, for example, methods for using advanced computational technologies and artificial intelligence to address the energy system with the multi-vector integration linked with the industry and solutions. If you are able to have some demonstration or working on existing infrastructure with, for example, hardware in the loop, considering, of course, standard architectures, interoperability, and cybersecurity by design. Last slide is about the formation of your consortium based on the TRL. Of course, if you are developing modeling and planning tools, the TRL concept is hardly applicable. However, what we want you to stress is the opportunity of looking at key exploitable results of the project, consisting of tools, as I was mentioning, developed in open access platforms. In the case of validation, of course, we ask you to consider TRL 3 or higher, and we want your project to increase your TRL level of at least 2 marks. In this case, the proposal and the consortium should include also need owners as project consortium partner. In the other case, with modeling and planning, the need owners are not compulsorily to be included in the partnership, but can be part of a steering board. The range of your project budget should be between 2 and 3 million, of course, full inclusive. This is all for the call module 1, and I really hope we can have very many interesting proposals from your side, and I'm available together with Giuseppe Palazzo to answer any of your questions. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Michele. And now I bring the word over to Francesco for core module 2, which is also a cooperative core module with where Michele and Nigris also have been involved. Francesco, are you hearing us? Welcome to the stage.
Hello to everyone, and thank you, Ragnhild, for the floor. And yes, I will present the core module 2, which is a core module in cooperation with between TRI 2 and TRI 1, and is related to energy system flexibility in terms of renewable production, storage, and system integration. Maybe we can go directly to the next slide, because this model is coming from a strong cooperation with the Green Power Future mission of Mission Innovation, and the overall hierarchy scope is to allow a 100% integration of the renewable energy in the energy system. So this is the main focus of this call, preparing the system for future enhancement in terms of renewables. And the call module focuses on the 14 innovation priorities that have been defined by the Green Power Future mission, and that have been, of course, aligned with the CETP's RIA to have a joint call that allow to follow both the mission and the vision of those two big initiatives. Let's go to the other slide, please. As I say, it's developed together with TRI 1 and 2. We try to clusterize these 14 innovation priorities in 5 big priorities, large scale, that you can look at you can find at the left of the presentation, large scale renewable generation and system stability and reliability, energy storage technology and system for flexibility services, system stability and flexibility operation, innovative flexibility source and demand side for flexibility market, and system digitalization and related tools, including AI and digital twin. These are also, of course, part of the three main pillars of the mission innovation related to Green Power Future Mission that is led by Italy and co-led by China and England. And if you go to the next slide, you can read the 14 innovation priorities in details, but of course we have no time for going there. Actually, we look for projects that have impact on the preservation of the power system stability and reliability, also in presence of large-scale renewable generation, and in principle to have also with 100% of renewable generation. Provision of flexibility service through energy storage technology, so a storage system integrate with the grid and with the flexibility service that can be provided, and enhancing system stability and efficiency also through digitalization and AI application, and development of flexibility market through demand-side application and use of innovative flexibility. We target TRL 3 as a starting or higher as a starting project level, and we ask for an increase of at least 1-2 TRL numbers, TRL level from project start. We expect projects from 1 to 2 million, even if it's not limited to this dimension, and you can actually design your project to better answer to this kind of objectives and goals. And if I can maybe add another point, we also look for having an integration, but maybe we can an integration with the existing activity, and especially with the research infrastructure and technology research infrastructure, just to decrease the time to market of these technology solution and digital solution, which, as you know, are required from soon, even in Europe, to meet the target that the Commission is giving by 2040. Next slide. I finish with this call module. I think it's clear that we look for nice integrated projects, so and international cooperation is very welcome. In terms of call module 3, the call module is related to advanced renewable energy technology for power production, and this is completely inside the TRI2 enhanced zero emission power technology solution, which is therefore related to the power production. And if we go to the next slide, we can look at the different approaches and challenges we want to work with. The first one is advancing technology and improving performance, so improving the efficiency and the performance of renewable energy technology through innovative component, material and technologies. Next generation renewable energy system and solution, innovative approach to increase efficiency, sustainability and circularity, also reducing the environmental impact of large installation. And we also look for project improving operational and maintenance efficiency, and this is so acting on existing or new plants. And the main technology we are addressing in this call module are concentrated solar power, offshore renewable technology, geothermal. This is a novelty for this TRI. It's geothermal production is inside this TRI 2 and call module 3. Ocean energy, solar PV, wind. We also look for projects related to the integration and hybridization. So integration among those different renewable energy solutions, and integration with storage technology or with production of power along with other energy carriers. We know that in many cases, high efficiency and good synergy can be produced either by horizontal integration with other energy, renewable energy solution, or by vertical integration with storage or with other products that can increase the overall efficiency of transformation of natural resources. So projects related to this are very welcome, and this is very open to different approach and creativity. Finally, we also look at digitalization and digital twin, design and develop a digital twin for renewable energy technologies, so relate to the technology itself to improve efficiency and reduce operational costs, but also to, of course, improve management and LCOE at full. Maybe we can go very shortly to look at the different technology we are looking for. So concentrated solar power and solar thermal energy have different, you can read different approaches that are welcome in our project, but this is not really limiting your possibilities. It's just suggestions and a list of interesting evolution that the technology can be made, also well listed together with the EVGs and the of the set plan. So you can have line focused technology, central receiver, next generation of thermal energy storage, digitalization, coating, and integration. Next one, I will not read all those relate to, okay, solar photovoltaics. We look for performance enhancement, sustainability and circularity, installation and operation, energy yield, and digitalization and innovative application, especially advanced agrivoltaic and floating PV. Next one. We also
I'm sorry, we're running a bit out of time, so maybe another
we
minute
go
and then
very short.
yeah,
The
thank you.
cross-cutting offshore renewable technologies, ocean, marine, and floating wind and PV are welcome in different locations, and also looking at mooring and anchoring. Next one, and it's probably geothermal energy. As I said, it's a new one, and we look for a resource assessment, sustainable and efficient production technology, a new tool and approach for the industrialization and standardization of geothermal projects related to power application. And finally, I think we have the one related to hybridization and integration that I have already mentioned, and the one related to storage. So that's the whole list. And if I can conclude, we have two different core modules, A and B. One related to research-oriented action, so TRL 3 to 5, starting at 3 at minimum and ending at 4 at minimum. And innovation-oriented action, starting at 5 at least and ending at 6 or higher. The project, of course, need to be dimensioned and size depending on the type of the project size and orientation. So research is usually between 1 and 2.5, while innovation action are bigger projects, so between 2.5 and 5 million. And in the case of EOA, so innovation-oriented action, we look for at least one industrial partner or for-profit company to be more close to the market. Thank you. I think I finished my time.
Thank you so much, Francesco. Now I'll give the word over to Åge Stangeland from the Research Council of Norway, who has prepared the core module 4. Welcome, Åge.
Thank you, Ragnhild. Thank you very much. I do not have too many slides, so I do not have to speak too fast. Let's go to the first one. This core module number 4 is asking for application within carbon capture, utilization, and storage, very often referred to as CCUS. And we have funding available for research and innovation projects that are focusing on accelerating the CCUS technology development. We would like to see applications where your projects can make significant CO2 emission reductions by deployment of CCUS in the 2030s. So we are looking for the research and the innovation that are needed to make sure we can build full-scale CCUS by mid-30s. Projects must end at TRL 5 or higher, that's technology readiness level 5. So that means that we are not looking for basic research. We are looking for development or piloting activities. And please also note that we will open up for projects where you have some activities at lower TRL if the project overall ends at TRL 5 or higher. Please also note that you need to have industrial partners involved in your project. That is one of the eligibility criteria in this core module. The funding request may be in the range of 1 to 3 million euros, but it's not limited to this range. And in addition, we hope that projects will also contribute with self-financing. We can move on to the next one and go a little bit into the details on targeted topics. The call module is quite broad when it comes to topics within CCUS. But here are some of the highlights that we are interested in. First of all, CO2 capture from the energy sector and energy-intensive or heavy industry sectors. We would like to see projects that can advance lower-cost CO2 capture technologies. Furthermore, we are also looking for CO2 transport and storage infrastructure projects. And we also hope to see applications that will be developing commercial CO2 storage sites, or the research and innovation that is needed to later on do commercial CO2 storage. Then we are also opening up for projects that can enable CO2 utilization technologies, often referred to as CCU. We also hope to see applications on improvement of the cost efficiency and energy efficiency along the whole CCUS value chain, from capture to transport, utilization, and storage. Furthermore, we are also interested in CDR, that is short for CO2 direct removal. That could be technologies like direct air capture, capturing CO2 from air, or biomass combined with CCS, often referred to as BECCS. We are also highlighting the cross-cutting dimensions. So please make sure that your applications are not only pure technology research, but please also address some of the cross-cutting dimensions. That could be regulations, market design, circularity, digitalization, environmental sustainability, and social awareness. The core module has a lot of details. I will not go through all of them here. I will instead just encourage you to read the core module carefully. And Ragnhild, back to you. That was all from my side.
That's good. All right. Now we will begin the session again. We are almost halfway through our core modules, and we just heard from Olga from core module 4, and now we are approaching Isabel Cabrita from Portugal Science and Technology Foundation to present us core module 5. Welcome, Isabel. The floor is yours.
Okay, thank you. And hello, everybody. Thank you for being here with us. So I'll present the core module that focus on hydrogen and renewable fuels. Next slide, please. Should I?
No, it's all right. I think it's maybe lagging a bit. I think support team will have it working in just a second.
Yeah, well, I can go on.
That's all good. So, support team, are you there with us today? May you change the slide? Right, we'll give him a second, Isabel.
I think it's a challenge. 5 minutes coffee.
Maybe, but that's all right. So there we go. Now something's happened. Continue, Isabel.
Okay, I would like to say that this core module focus on the whole value chain of hydrogen and renewable fuels, and projects are expected to accelerate the implementation of technologies that can substitute fossil fuels fully and support the policy package EU Fit for 55. I should emphasize that the proposals should be technologically focused, not a systems approach. So it's based on the technology, and as an overall goal, the projects must end at TRL of 5 or higher. However, activities might be included with a lower TRL in work packages to be able to produce some technological solution, but the overall solution has to be at TRL 5. Also, the proposals must include industrial involvement. Preferentially, they should be part of the consortium, but they could also be member of the steering committee. The request for funding is usually around 1 to 3 million euros, but that could be, it's not really limited. And we expect also to have some self-finance. And I would also like to stress that applications should meet the national eligibility criteria, as some fail because of that component. Anyway, I already spoke about that. Next slide, please. In terms of topics, so we are expecting the projects to be quite innovative or even disruptive, to increase the technological cost-effective and cleaner solutions so that we have alternative fuels to substitute the fossil fuels. And when I say substitute fully the fossil fuels. We include the whole value chain from production to end-use processes. So the breakdown of the topics, we have new and improved renewable fuels, and these include hydrogen. But in the case of hydrogen, natural hydrogen production is also included. We have the reliable and low-cost production technologies for new and advanced fuels. Fuel storage, and here in the case of hydrogen, we also include solid and liquid carriers. Infrastructures, also for adapting and having new infrastructures for new fuels distribution, and end-use technologies, which are quite relevant, and discover all sectors, residential, industrial, and mobility sectors, and this also includes maritime, aviation, and also heavy machinery. And it is very important, and in the proposal, the disruptive nature of the degree of innovation of the project and the technology is well enhanced for the technological concept.
Sorry to interrupt you, Isabel, but next we have a schedule, so maybe it's time to conclude a bit. I see you have one more slide. Is that all right? Thank you. Apologies for this disruption.
That's the last one. Next slide, please. In the case of cross-cutting dimensions, we decided to list the topics. At least one of these cross-cutting dimensions should be included, but projects that focus only on cross-cutting dimensions, they are not eligible for funding. So I invite you to read the joint call text, and you can find there more details about this call. And thank you very much for your attention.
Thank you so much for your contributions, Isabel. Now we move along to Gertie Brownbrook to talk a bit about Module 6. Welcome, Gertie.
Yes, thank you very much. Welcome and happy to be here. My name is Gerdy Breenbroek from Netherlands Enterprise Agency, and I'm the leading expert of the heating and cooling activity within the CET partnership. Next slide, please. Heat is half of the European energy demand, and if you're looking at the implementation of renewable energy sources in our energy system in Europe, then we can see that 45% of the electricity is from renewable energy sources and 25% of the heat is from renewable energy sources. So what we're seeing is that the heating and also cooling transition is lagging behind in Europe. And we believe that we need improved heating and cooling technologies which are more robust, affordable, efficient, easier to install, and importantly also retrofit, and can be integrated into the energy system easier than today's products and concepts. Therefore, we have this heating and cooling core module that is open for innovations directed towards buildings, towards agricultural end users, but also to industrial users. We're open for research and innovation, pilots and demonstration projects. Next slide. And the scope is very broad. We are looking at subsurface heat and cold sources. We saw some geothermal in the chat already. I'm thinking about geothermal thermal energy there. We're looking at above ground heat and cold sources. You can think about solar thermal or use of waste heat. We're thinking about thermal storage, a wide range, high temperature, low temperature, underground thermal energy storage. It's all in this part of the scope. We're thinking about networks and conversion. In conversion, there's importantly also heat pumping technologies, and we're thinking about end-use systems. And to ensure that these innovations that you will be working on are also directed towards the market and have the market relevance, we work on technologies and concept, but we also bring it to your attention some additional aspects that you can take along in your project where relevant, such as stakeholder adoption and engagement, resource efficiency, digitalization, and things like that. Next slide, please. So what we want is market-driven projects that understand how they will impact the market. We want you to have a proof of concept before the start of the project, which should be at TRL 3, then mandatory. You need at least one company as a project consortium partner in any of the funded consortia. And importantly, and that has been said before, your work should also agree with the rules of your relevant funding organizations. So check them out. They're all on the CETPartnership website. If you're interested in the heating and cooling topic, please join our webinar. It's now planned on the 18th of June, but watch out for the announcement on the CETPartnership event lists because there's a bit of to and fro according, on the date of this webinar. And if you have any questions, you can reach us by email on tri4@cetpartnership.eu or contact your relevant funding organization if it's about which type of calls are fundable from your national organization and what kind of topics are fundable. And with that, I must say that I'm looking forward to what you come up with, and I wish you success with preparing your proposal. Thanks.
Thank you so much, Gerdy, and thank you for also mentioning the events. That is a shout out to our platform where you can find more of those. So let's bring Tina Ringensson from the Swedish Energy Agency onto the stage to talk a bit about Core Module 7. Welcome, Tina. I think you're muted, Tina.
Sorry. You can hear me now?
Yes, we hear you perfectly.
Perfect. Thank you very much. Hello, everyone. My name is Tina Ringensson. I am joining you from Sweden, work at the Swedish Energy Agency and the Clean Energy Transition Partnership. And I am here to present Call Module 7, Integrated Regional Energy Systems. Next slide, please. To give an overview of this call module, its aim is to promote innovations in regional energy systems that can significantly accelerate Europe's energy transitions. Next slide, please. And the focus is on enhancing the functionality of the regional energy systems by improving the interactions between different components of this energy systems, regional energy exchanges and different actors, including residents, businesses, the public sector and the transportation system. So we have a quite strong focus on the system and how to improve how the system works rather than on separate technological components. Next slide, please. The focus, the projects that we are looking for are projects that take on challenges on the regional energy level, the regional level for the energy transition. We have named a couple of such challenges in the call module, and I have a few examples here as well, but it's not a limited list, it's rather suggestions of what this might be. For example, to increase the resilience in the regional energy systems or increase the seasonal shift of renewable energy in a region that you're targeting. A very good way to ensure that you are actually taking on such challenges is to look for existing plans and roadmaps for regions that you are looking to work with. And we are especially welcoming projects in regions and sectors that have a high potential for improvement. Next slide, please. Yes, as mentioned, a strong requirement for the project is that proposals must take on an integrated approach to the challenge that you are choosing. So technological development of only single components, like technological components, is ineligible. It can be part of the project, but it should not be the sole focus of the project. And as such, we are also looking for quite high technological readiness levels, 6 or higher by the project's end. Next slide, please. Yeah, and when it comes to the consortia as well, we want the consortia to be composed of need owners in a shared region, a geographical region, that have an intention for developing regional system level solutions. So this can be anything from companies to public bodies to research organizations and also innovation clusters. Next slide, please. And yes, if you are interested, we do have an information webinar on June 17th. So you are very welcome to join, and you can find the information on the CETPartnership website. Yes, thank you. I think that's it for me.
Great, thank you so much, Tina. And also from the Swedish Energy Agency, we have our next speaker, which is Åsa Bergerus-Rensvik, and she's going to talk to us a bit about Core Module 8. Welcome, Åsa, the floor is yours. I think you are muted, Åsa.
Sorry about that.
All good.
Thank you, Ragnhild. I will introduce you to TRI 6 and Core Module 8, Integrated Industrial Energy Systems. And the aim is to develop and demonstrate a set of technical solutions for integrated industrial energy systems to enable efficient carbon neutral industrial production sites. And the special emphasis is in the core module is placed on solutions for system and process level integrations for efficient industrial power, heating and cooling. And of course, the aim is to support projects so they can lead to faster market uptake or upscaling. Next slide, please. So the core module welcomes proposals that addresses one or more of the three challenges. One, reducing emissions from the industrial energy system. Two, enabling renewable energy integration and resource efficient industrial energy system. And climate neutral industry. I think we missed to change the slides. If you please can go to slide 3. Next slide, please. Thank you. So the main industries that are considered for the core module 8 are food and drink, cement, pulp and paper, steel, and chemicals. By reducing emissions from industrial processes and to improve the flexibility for energy system, will provide a condition or solution to accelerating industrial decarbonization. Reducing industrial emissions requires a broad strategy, including energy efficiency, circular resource use, and electrification. Green hydrogen serves both as a clean energy source and as a raw material. Carbon capture and utilization, including bio-CCU, helps convert CO2 into useful products and can even achieve negative emissions. Addressing non-greenhouse gas emission is also key to a sustainable industry. Flexibility for energy systems by enabling the use of renewable electricity in industry through heat and process storage and integration power and heat networks via sector coupling and industrial symbiosis. Next slide, please. So the requirements. A project consortium must have industrial involvement by at least one industrial project consortium partner. And the projects, we do expect them to increase the technological readiness level throughout the duration of the project, so that they move closer to the commercial readiness. And we expect the project to end at TRL 6 or higher. And of course, activities at lower TRL may be included if they contribute to the higher TRL goal of the overall project. And I will also highlight that applications must fill all national requirements. And the next slide, please, which is also my last slide. I just, like the previous speakers, I want to have an advertisement about our upcoming events. And we will have a core lunch webinar 13th of June together with TRI 3. And then we will have a matchmaking event 18th of June. And you will find this at this our website at CETPartnership. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Åsa, for your efficient presentation. Now we welcome our next speaker, which is actually the last for today, but certainly not the least, and that is Thomas Beal from NetNovak Energy, and he will introduce Core Module 9. Welcome, Thomas.
Thank you, Ragnhild, for the nice introduction, and welcome everybody also from my side. Out of Switzerland, I will shortly present to you the Core Module 9, which deals with the clean energy integration in the built environment. The next slide, please. So as you can see over here, we are really in the middle of what was presented so far. On one side, we have the development of single technologies like in TRL2.
Thomas, sorry, may you adjust your sound a tiny bit? I think it's the microphone that sometimes moves a bit.
Okay, was it better that way?
This is better,
Sorry.
Thank you.
Sorry. So as you can see, we are in the middle of what was already presented so far. So on one side, we have the individual technology development, which from our point of view takes place in TRL 2 and 4. Then we, with the core module 9 or TRL 7, step in when it's going to be integrated in the built environment. And then on the right-hand side of us, TRL 5 deals with aerial concepts, how Tina already described it. The next slide, please. So what are we aiming for within that core module? It's, as you can see, it's mentioned in a few points over here. So most important is an integration, the integration aspect of everything. So we want to see already developed technology being integrated into the built environment, which means new buildings to be built and also into the existing built environment. Then it's important to enhance energy flexibility and to foster the digitalization from the whole process of planning buildings through the construction phase, maintaining phase, and finally also decommissioning and disposal phase. And we also want to push the development of new concepts and technologies to renovate and refurbish the existing built environment. The next slide, please. So we've summed that up in the 3 challenges, as you can see them over here. So within the first challenge, we want to clearly integrate different kind of technologies into the building. The challenge 2 deals with the whole digitalization of the life cycle of a building. And the challenge 3, we are aiming for concepts for the renovation of the existing built environment. You need to address one of these 3 challenges, not all, but one of these with a project eligible for core module 9. The next slide, please. So what is the outcome or what we are really looking for? So far, most of the built environment is only the pure energy consumer, and we want to transform the built environment to a prosumer and into an active part within the energy landscape. Next slide, please. Which is also already my last one. The requirements which we have are not that big. So as we're looking for an integration aspect, we are out of the lab already. So the project TRL to start with should be 3 or higher, and we are looking for projects which end at TRL 5 or higher. Otherwise, we don't have any specific requirements, and we are looking for consortia out of the energy, building, and the construction community.